Hello there. Hello. Good afternoon. I could turn the camera up, but I choose not to. Yes, indeed. It is that time of year again, and I have a shiny new advent calendar. This came in the post the other day. I'm very excited. In case you don't know, yeah, this is an advent calendar product that is made by Exit. They make escape rooms in a box. They're one of the big names in escape rooms. They're pretty good game designers. Last year, they did a series. They did an advent calendar that was called The Mystery of the Ice Cave. I did it. I streamed it every day. You can watch it on YouTube, and it was a very good product. And I'm very excited to see, because one of the guys, I can't remember his name, and I should have checked before I went live, but one of the guys actually messaged me and told me, and he said that he liked he liked the videos, that he hoped that I enjoyed them, and that this one was better than the Ice Cave. Interesting story. It's got an errata. It says, and I quote, exit the advent calendar, hunt for the golden book. Important information for day 8, minor spoilers for day 8. Please be aware there is a printing error on the back of the advent calendar box. For a corrected layout, please go to this address or scan the QR code on this label. Please keep this label. So that was very important, and the guy from Cosmos did actually tell me, make sure you get that, and so thank you. I'm sorry I forgot your name. Anyway, as you can see, it's still shrink filmed, and so what we're going to do today, which is the 29th of November, is we're going to be unboxing this, and we're going to be looking at all the good stuff, and we're going to be doing any prep that we need to do. Tomorrow, the 30th of November, I will be reading, just doing a live read of the story portion, because these comes with stories, and then I will be doing one of these a day for the 24 days that happens. So it's all going to be pretty exciting. So thank you for joining me on this adventure. We're going to start setting up the game now, and the first thing we need to do is get some scissors. I have a brand new pair of scissors. I bought them specifically for this because we moved house and we don't know where the other scissors are. So I got some new scissors. So these are my special Exit scissors. And I'll need to cut. Now you might be like, well, just rip the cling film off. And unfortunately, with some of these, or at least last year, you actually needed scissors. And I believe I will actually be needing scissors for this video as well. You can see me in the reflection of the shrink film there, and I'm knocking my desk apart. Okay. Actually, give me just a quick moment. I want to make sure that... wait a minute, what am I doing? I need to remove the chat from this, because I don't want chat to appear on this, because I would like people to see this divorced of any chat. So as you can see, that's the thing there. So I've got to keep that. Actually, what I'll do is I'll cut that open like this, and I'll keep that separate, and that will go in the bin with the soft plastics. All right, let's open this baby up. Let's have a look. Ooh, hello. Hello there. Okay. So we've got our 24 doors. And this one here says 1. Okay. And the top of the box, I will just tilt it up, looks like that. There you go. You can have a look there. Right, very nice wintry field there. Okay, just have a drink of water. And so what's included here, we have the story book. Only continue reading here if you have been instructed to do so. Excuse me. First read the game instructions. Follow the instructions you were given. Okay, so we take this and we put it over there and we don't worry about it until the first. So what we've got here is we've got two sheets here. We've got our cardboard sheet of our decoder table, which is what we need the scissors for. We have the advent calendar, help book, and game instructions. Start by reading here, and that is what we will do. Room for notes, it says. Game instructions. I have to, in case I pointed out, it's because the resolution on the calendar isn't super great, and the camera isn't super great, so I have to like bring it in for you to get that. So that's why I will point things out. I don't always read like this. The hunt for the golden book. What's the game about? Santa's golden book has disappeared, and it is up to you, meaning me, to find it again. The trail leads to a remote mountain village. 24 challenging riddles await you. Solve one every day to find the golden book. The correct answer will tell you where to continue your search the next day. Important. Do not take a closer look at any of the game components before the game, and do not open any of the doors. Wait until the game prompts you to do so in the text. First, read these instructions carefully. Game materials. Number 1. Storybook. Your story is narrated day by day. Number 2. Help book with instructions. That's this one. You can find help here if you get stuck. Decoder table, including 3 decoder strips. Secret additional material for the riddles, hidden behind the 24 doors of the Advent calendar. Game setup. Before you can start, you need to prepare the decoder table. Take a pair of scissors and carefully cut the 3 decoder strips shown on the board along the dotted lines. All right, well, let's do that now. I don't know if that's ASMR or someone's bizarre fetish fuel. But either way, we are doing this. Sorry, I should do this on camera. So this is cardboard, which I think is a great improvement on last year's calendar. Cosmos, if you're listening, I'm giving you here useful feedback here. I believe last year, as I recall, the decoder was made of a glossy paper, similar to this. And it lacked sturdiness. So this is much better. So I'm just cutting along these dotted lines. It's funny, I was just playing Not for Broadcast. I've gone back onto that game, which is a very good full motion video game. And there's a craft segment in one of the segments, and I just think it's funny that I go from that to this. Very, very good video game that got its full release this year in 2022. I must say, I was very looking forward to this particular product, and I kept on Googling and using my search engines, my preferred search engines, to use the Stephanie Meyerism to make sure that I didn't miss it. And I was a little worried at the start of the week because... Actually, no, it was last week. I was a little worried because it hadn't come yet and it was rapidly getting towards the end of November. Getting there, and done. Okay. Now the yellow one. And I was telling about this to a lot of my various Twitch friends, and I have to say there was a certain degree of keenness to see this. So, oops, sorry. That was someone telling me they love me on Discord. Sorry, I should probably mute the computer sound on the stream so that none of the computer sound comes through and all you can hear are my rich dulcet tones massaging your cochlears. I think what I would very much like for Christmas this year, and perhaps will be my Christmas present to myself, is a nicer microphone. Perhaps a capture card would be very nice. Okay, so we've cut that out now. And now thread the 3 decoder strips horizontally through the holes in the decoder table. Sorry, I just need to have some water. Exactly as shown above. The red one above, the blue in the middle, and the yellow below. It is important that you place the stripes in exactly that order. Make sure you have not gotten them mixed up, otherwise you can't solve the riddles. Okay. So as you can see, it says enter the riddle code. Oh, hold on. Enter the riddle code here. So we'll put this like this. We'll put blue like this. Actually, what if I did it the other way? Let's do it the other way. I did this way last time. Let's do it this way. I'll do this on the bottom. Let's be radicals. Let's be new radicals. It's the 90s and you only get what you give. Okay. Good. The numbers are now visible through the middle holes of the front of the decoder table. No, because I'm a radical and I did it differently. So that now when I flip it over, it shows me exactly the order of the symbols. On the back, you will see a directional arrow on each strip, as well as an exit symbol. Only pay attention to the arrows and exit symbols, which are exactly in the middle, one below the other. The decoder table is now ready for use. Okay, so let's say that the code was 554, which is this code that I've done here. Okay, you see it? 554. Well, I flip that over, and it tells me that I have star, moon, star, and it tells me that it's got some arrows. So what that means is hold on, just whoop, get this open. And then I would go down and to the right, so there. Then I would go down and to the I would go down and to the right here, down and to the left, and then down. So you know that the answer to the puzzle is not 554 because that would take me off the board there. So that's how the game works. There will be a 3-digit code, and then the 3-digit code will turn into an exit symbol code, and there we go. All right. The decoder, put it with the storybook on the table. It didn't tell me I needed a table. You will also need pens, preferably a ballpoint pen, a black waterproof pen and pencil, a pair of scissors, and, if necessary, paper for notes. You will find everything else you need behind the doors of the Advent calendar. Let's just do this. Oh, it feels good. completed that page. I'll keep that aside there. Where is the game board? A good question. In this game, the advent calendar itself is your game board. In addition, there is the storybook. In there, you will find out exactly what has happened, and you will find an introductory chapter every day that tells the story. Other than that, you will have nothing else available to you at the beginning of the game. Solve the riddle step by step. Carefully separate the current calendar sheet at the perforated line from the storybook. Okay, so I pulled it out of the storybook. You can find the date at the top of the relevant sheet. Read the introductory chapter. Open the next door as soon as you are prompted to do so in the text. Behind it, you will find different things to help you solve the riddle of the day. That might be riddle cards and various strange items or objects. And step 4. Solve the riddle. Usually, you can and must use everything you find in the room or storybook for that day. This is the only way to solve the riddle. Stop! Attention! To solve the riddles, you can label, fold, cut up. Everything is allowed and sometimes even necessary. Keep all of the game material until you have completed the last day of the advent calendar. Do not throw anything away. You may have to use it again. Only ever read the current calendar sheet. Only read the next one when you're ready to start the next riddle. How do you know which door to go to next? Don't be surprised that the doors on your calendar aren't numbered. Only the first door is labeled. To find the golden book, you solve riddles on your way from door to door. The solution to the current riddle shows you where to go the next day. It works like this. The solution to every riddle is always a 3-digit code. The numeric code found is entered using the 3 decoder strips on the decoder table. Always ensure you have the numbers in the right order. Excuse me, I need to cough. My apologies. Oh, here we go. Have you entered the code? Then turn the decoder table over carefully without moving the strips. Now look at the back of the decoder table so that you can read the text and the steeple is not upside down. You should see 3 direction arrows in the white marked area. The steeple? There's a steeple? Oh yes, there is a steeple. Look, there's a steeple back there. But I can't see it because I assembled it incorrect. Actually, I should probably not do that, not be a smart ass, because knowing me, there might be like a clue that like actually incorporates the decoder table. It'll be like, how many baubles are on this decoder table? And I've got to count all the baubles and figure out which certain colors are. It's like, how many steeples are included in the game? And you know, you'd count the steeples on the board and on the thing, but it'll be like, but there's a secret steeple here that you've got to include or something like that. I don't know. So probably best to do things as they say. Anyway. Okay. These direction arrows always show you you should see 3 direction arrows in the white marked area. These direction arrows always show you the way to the next door. Your starting point is always your current door. From here, follow the arrows from one door to... This is what I told you about. From here, you follow the arrows from one door to the next. If you have followed all 3 directions exactly, you will arrive at your target door. Next, check whether it is the right one. Example, the solution to your current riddle is 533. You put this code in the decoder table and turn it over. At the back you'll find the direction arrows. If your code is correct, you will find the door for the next day. You can now check whether it is the correct door. The arrows never lead over the edge of the advent calendar. Should a directional instruction lead you beyond the edge of the advent calendar, your solution code was probably incorrect. Have you found the correct door? To check this, compare the 3 exit symbols on the target door with the 3 exit symbols on your decoder table. Do the exit symbols not match? Then check your directions one more time. Have you followed the directions from your current door to the next door exactly? If so, then your solution code is likely to be incorrect. Look to the riddle again. Did you miss something? If you get stuck, don't despair. Take a look in the help book. For every riddle, you find hints there which will help you. You will find an explanation of how to use the help system below. Page 2 is complete. Oh, sorry, page 5, because pages have different sides. Do the exit symbols match? Then you have solved the riddle correctly, and you have reached the next door. Write the next day's date onto the lock of the new door. And they're actually locks this year. I think they were like snowballs last year, but they're actually locks, as you can see. Very exciting. Very excited. I'm very excited for this game. This is going to be fun. It's going to be fun on the bun. Tomorrow, you will start your next riddle here, but only after you have finished reading the next chapter in the storybook. Important. Stop. Important. You have to solve the riddles in order. That means you may only continue with the next riddle and open the next door if you've cracked the previous day's code and the game allows you to do so in the text. All codes are to be deciphered logically, so it's not about trying to read out every possible combination on the decoder table. Don't forget to label the next door. That's the only way you know where to start the following day. But I will point out, they might throw one around. They might like throw you for a loop. They might be like, we need to look at, all of the doors that you filled in that have an even number, or all the doors that you've filled in that are divisible by 3. And they've got like a clue on the back of the door or something like that. Like it's one of those games that will fill in things like that. So when they say like, For those of you who didn't see my previous years, and you should watch it, like I ended up having to like literally cut apart the top of the board and like open up the board, and the final episode ended up with me literally like cutting the whole thing and lifting it out because like the final secret was inside the tray. It was very exciting. It was a fantastic use of this. Okay. Do you need help? If you get stuck, the game can help you. In the pages after these instructions, you'll find that each day has its own help sheet. You'll find pointers that will help you solve the problem. Would you like to use some help? Then look for the help sheet with the appropriate date in the help sheet. Now fold the lower edge of the sheet to the corresponding marks above it. The respective text should now be visible. Each first clue tells you what you need in order to be able to solve the riddle and gives you an initial first clue. The second clue gives you a more concrete assistance in finding a solution to the riddle. The solution will give you an answer and the correct code for the riddle. Don't be shy to use help texts if you get stuck. Okay. Note, all components of this game have been packaged and designed and packaged with care. Should the cards and strange items in a room get mixed up, you can find a full refill guide for Advent Calendar at such. This shows you where the individual components belong. Oh, it's a guide! That's cool. Because like sometimes, if you miss something, this will be like a case where it's like, oh, I found this thing and I don't know where it fits, and you can check. And so the guide would be like, this box requires these items, and they'll have like a code. Like if it's a card, it'll have a code or something on it. Anyway, please note the Advent Calendar is full of a variety of riddles, so they all work. Each copy has to be assembled individually by hand. Even if this is done extremely carefully and with strict quality controls, errors can unfortunately occur. It is unusual, but if you should find a piece missing, please contact Games at Thames and Cosmos UK, and we'll try to come to the game ends when you have solved the last riddle and found the golden book. A hint will let you know. Then you may read the closing chapter in the storybook. The game begins. What are you waiting for? Here we go. Take the storybook and turn to the first page and start reading the prologue. I'm not doing that today. I'm going to have dinner. And then we're going to play Dungeons and Dragons. The first riddle starts on the calendar sheet marked 1st of December. We wish you a lot of fun with the Exit the Game Advent Calendar, The Hunt for the Golden Book. Ingus and Marcus Brand thank all the test players and rule readers. Well, thank you, Inca and Marcus. So basically, this is the help sheet. It looks exactly like it did last year. I won't actually use the help sheet because that'll be a spoiler, but basically you can see these lines. So what happens is, if I get stuck with a thing, I take the sheet and I fold it up like that, so that the bottom of the edge meets this yellow line. So I just fold it along that axis, and I just go burp. And then what that does is this part of the sheet will have a clue for where I'm stuck. And then if I fold it up, if I take that and then I fold it up again, then the backside of this part of the sheet will have the second clue. And then if I fold that up again, then it'll have the solution on the back there. And the back of this part of the sheet is empty. If that makes sense. It's an upside down thing. Anyway, that is our advent calendar. That took 26 minutes, but I wanted to be thorough and go through everything because I know that some people won't have access to this, and I wanted to give you, the people watching this, an opportunity to experience it like me. I will be live streaming all of this on my channel. It won't be scheduled because it will be dependent on my work. Sometimes I'll do it in the morning, and sometimes I'll do it in the evening, but I live in Australia, so time zones are a thing. So it will be irregular, but my Twitch account is twitch.tv/KY0DAR, Kyodar, KY0DAR. So you can catch me there, or they will all be uploaded to this YouTube channel that you're watching it on now. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful Advent. I'm so excited to play this because, again, I've been told this one's better than last year, and last year was a crackerjack one. So we're going to have fun. I'll see you tomorrow for the reading of the story. Goodbye.